Hi students, myself Vivek Sajjan, teaching you science subject in Chandrakant Pade Central School, Kalaburgi. Today we are going to see about the chapter 6, that is tissues. Before going to lesson, I would like to suggest you one thing. Keep your textbook beside you while seeing this video and plug in the headphones for better explanation of hearing. Okay, so let us move to the chapter, that is tissues. From the last chapter, we recall that all living organisms are made of cells. In unicellular organisms, a single cell performs all basic functions. For example, in amoeba, a single cell carries out movement, intake of food and respiratory gases, respiration and excretion. See, in unicellular organisms, a single cell will perform all the functions. All the functions means movement of body, intake of food, excretion, respiration. So respiratory gas, that means exchange of gases, where all these basic performance were done by the single cell in unicellular organisms. But in multicellular organisms, there are millions of cells. Okay, most of these cells are specialized to carry out a few functions. Okay, in multicellular cells, we have a lot of cells to perform a different types of functions in our body. Most of these cells are specialized to carry out a few functions. Each specialized function is taken up by different groups of cells. Since these cells carry out only a particular functions, they do it very efficiently. In multicellular organisms, we have different types of cells and we have different types of tissue. They will perform only a specific function. Okay, so they will do that particular function in an efficient manner. Okay, in human beings, muscle cell contracts and relax to cause movement. See, muscle cells, what they will do means they will contract and relax for the body movement. Okay, nerve cells carry messages. Nerve cells carry only messages to the brain, and it will give the messages to the different parts of the body to do work. Okay, so blood flows to transport oxygen, food, hormones and waste materials and so on. So blood will carry out the oxygen, carbon dioxide, useful substance and waste substance which is present in our body. Okay, so like this, different cells and different tissue, they will perform specific function only in multicellular organisms. So multicellular organism shows divisions of labor. They will shows the divisions of labor means they will do the functions by the particular tissues and by the particular cells in their body. Okay, cells specializing in one function are often grouped together in the body. This means that a particular function is carried out by a cluster of cells at a definite place in the body. A particular function is carried out by a cluster of cells in a particular place in our body. That cluster of cell is known as tissue. Okay, the group of cells is known as tissue. So the cluster of cells called a tissue is arranged and designed so as to give the highest possible efficiency of functions. This group of cells will carry out the same functions throughout the their lifespan, and that is designed so as to give the highest possible efficiency of function. So blood, phloem and muscles are all examples of tissues. Okay, so blood is a connective tissue. Okay, blood is one type of connective tissue. So phloem is also a tissue. So muscles are also a tissue. A group of cells that are similar in structure and in work together to achieve a particular functions forms a tissue. Okay, so this is definition of tissue. Means, what is the definition of tissue? Means a group of cells that are similar in structure and performs together to achieve a particular function forms a tissue. Okay, so next we are having, are plants and animals made of same types of tissues? So plants ಮತ್ತು animalsಗಳು ಒಂದೇ ಥರ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂನಿಂದ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅದ. ಓಕೆ, so let us compare their structure and functions. Do plants and animals have the same structure? Do they both perform similar functions? Okay, we are going to compare and we are going to study about these characteristics and the functions and the structures between the plants and animals. Okay, there are noticeable differences between the two. The plants are stationary or fixed; they don't move. Plants are fixed with one place. They cannot move from one place to another place. Okay, most of the tissues they have are supportive, which provides them with structural strength. Plants have supportive cells and tissues, they give only structural strength to them. Most of these tissues are dead. Plant cells are having most of the dead cells, since dead cells can provide mechanical support as easily as live ones and need less maintenance also. So these dead cells will give the mechanical strengthen to the plants to live and need less maintenance also. Okay. Animals, on the other hand, move around in search of food, mates, and shelter. And animals will move from one place to another place in search of food, mates, and shelter. Okay, they consume more energy as compared to the plants. Animals will consume more energy when compared to the plants. Why? Because they will move, they will jump, they will run, so they will sleep, so they will do a lot of activities when compared to the plants. Okay, most of the tissues they contain are living, so most of the animals were containing the tissues are living tissue, not as compared to the they don't have a lot of dead cells. Okay, so another difference between animal and plants is in the pattern of growth. The growth in plants is limited to certain regions, while this is not so in animals. Okay, so there are some tissues in plants that divide throughout their life. So there are some tissues in plants, they will divide throughout their life. Okay, for the growth of plants, these tissues are localized in certain regions based on the dividing capacity of the tissues. Various plant tissues can be classified as growing or meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Okay, so plant cells have the dividing tissues. They are present in particular areas for the growth of plants. They are known as growing tissues or meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Okay, cell growth in animals is more uniform. Cell growth in animals is more uniform, so there is no such demarcation of dividing and non-dividing regions in animals. But plants have the particular area. In that particular area only, the cell is going to be divided very fast. But in animals, there is a uniform growth throughout their body. Okay, the structural organization of organs and organ system is far more specialized and localized in complex animals than even in very complex plants. Okay, and compared to the complex plants and complex animals have more specialized organs to carry out the specialized functions when compared to the complex plants. This fundamental difference reflects the different modes of life pursued by these two major groups of organisms, particularly in their different feeding methods. Okay, so also there are differently adapted for a sedentary existence on one hand plants and active locomotion on the other animals. Okay, so sedentary existence means they will exist in one place, that is plants, but animals is locomotion means they will move from one place to another place, contributing to this difference in organ system design. So this will make the organ system or organ design changes from plants to animals. Okay, so it is with reference to these complex animals and plant bodies that we will now talk about the concept of tissues in some detail. Okay, so plant tissues, now we are going to see, that is in plant tissues, first we are going to see about the meristematic tissue or growth tissue, or also we can say meristematic tissue or growth tissue. So they have taken the two onion bulbs in two different jars. So they have kept for 4 days or 3 days for these two onion bulbs in two separate jars. But after 3 days, they have cutted the tip of one onion bulb in the jars 2. The jar 2 onion bulb will stop the growing. Why? Because the tip is the main source to engulf the sunlight from the external environment. If you cut the tip of the onion bulb, they will not grow. in the roots were not grown when compared to the jar one. Why? Because the tips were present in the jar one, so that the tip will absorb the sunlight for the development of the onion bulb. Okay, the growth of plant occur only in certain specific region. This is because the dividing tissues, also known as meristematic tissues, the growth of plants where occurs in only particular areas. If we cut that particular area, the plant will stop the growing of their body. Okay, is located only at these points depending on the region where they are present. Meristematic tissues are